Hey, Peace World. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Please consider subscribing to the channel. If you like any of the content that's being presented, hit that like button for me. That's very important before you get out of here. Uh, that's about it. Let's jump into it, man. Showtime's Homeland is in its eighth and final season. Last night we just had the sixth episode. It is one of my favorite shows. I haven't done a lot of videos on Homeland because it's like the audience is so mature at this point in terms of how, like I said, it's eight seasons. It kind of took a while to set up, where it was going this year. Did return to some familiar characters. That back in Kabul. The Mike dude is back. Hakani, Golon, and so I was kind of seeing where we were this year. But things are kind of cooking right now. I wasn't last week. We saw the president, who was a he had only been president for a short time. Bo Bridges, what was his name? Warner, President Warner. Uh, I know he replaced King. King really lost control of everything. But so Bo Bridges made his way over to Kabul to speak to with the president over there, um, and bring this peace thing together with the Taliban with Haqqani and face to face meeting and wrap this thing up that they've been working on for a couple of years now. And so he gets over there and so he comes and addresses the troops. The president does, and then he goes to hop on a chopper to go to where some of the different leaders in that region of the world where Saul Berenson had them met or gathered. And before they could get there, the helicopter was knocked down. This had the Afghanistan president, I believe, and the U.S. president on it. I'll be honest, I wasn't so sure that they were going to. Excuse me. I wasn't so sure that they were going to kill the president. They did go once the president was in the chopper. Once Max got to the down chopper to try to salvage, the flight recorder and whatnot. They didn't show the president's face. But yeah, I just thought right now in this climate that they might want to avoid that. But they went there. So the new president, the vice president, is now the president, and he's kind of finding his footing on how he's going to lead and kind of understanding, the severity and the complexity of all of the decisions that he has to make to sit in that seat. So that's going on. Golom is really bucking, and he's his first act is to take care of Haqqani while he's still in out of hiding and in Kabul. And so the dragnet, if you will, is kind of falling down on Carrie to see what, because she started the season on shaky ground because she spent so many days in Russian custody from the last season. Time she doesn't remember because she was off of her meds and whatnot. So she's already a compromised asset, but Saul Berenson still believes in her because of their relationship throughout the years. And right now, Saul Berenson, Mandy Patinkin is, in my opinion, is just a very dope character. One of my favorite characters. His attention to detail, his commitment, his loyalty to his country, his professionalism, everything, man. Saul Berenson is just a phenomenal character. Carrie isn't bad either, but right now she's on the run because fingers are pointing at her like you're the one. Every Mike and the station chief, Mike and Saul are both like come to the conclusion that you told the president to be here. You're the one that advised him to come over here, and now look what's happening. You have this situation going on with Yevgeny, the Russian spy, And like I said, the walls are closing in. So Saul is like, look, I'm gonna try to help you out as best as I can. I don't really know what's going on here. I have to believe with all that you've done the last 7 years that you aren't compromised and you didn't do what some of this evidence suggests. So I'm gonna get you back and get you in this treatment and see. Give us some time to sort this out. But you need to be on a plane to go to the recovery facility over in Germany. We'll finish this up. Of course, Carrie rejects all of that and defies all of that. She and the name of this episode 6 was called 2 minutes. It's because she goes and creates a 2 minute window where Yevgeny can reach out to some of his contacts to find Max to see what's going on with Max. Max went to the chopper, he secured the flight recorder, but was taken hostage. And now, to make matters worse, the Afghani who took him into custody has now went and sold the flight recorder box to like a real life Radio Shack, and then of course at the end of the episode, that box is in transit on the back of a mule going somewhere else. So that's lingering out there for us to see how that's resolved. Obviously, if we can find out how the chopper fell out of, or was downed, whether was it shot by Taliban people on the ground, which Haqqani had implemented a ceasefire, so they would have disobeyed his rule or his law or his order. And then, but obviously, if Carrie can get this box and find out what happened, and that it's not that, then it's a way to clear her name completely, and being back in good standing again. We don't know what's going on with Gromov or Yevgeny, who was a very dark character last season. So we really don't know what his angle is here. And Carrie seems to think she can't flip him or recruit him immediately, but she's laying the foundation for it. So, and then as I can't remember her name, Julie or whatever, Mike's the younger CIA agent that he has trying to keep up with the much more experienced Carrie. He tries to send her to escort Carrie to the plane, make sure that she's gone. And of course, you knew that Carrie Matheson was not getting on that plane without getting further involved. And then also she's very, one, she wants to get her friend Max. She wants to, and doesn't believe that nobody's efforts to do anything is good enough for her. So she has to handle it on her own. And so before she boards the plane, she steps out of that door at the end of the walkway thing, and Yevgeny comes out of nowhere with the Jeep, picks her up, and you can tell that it's a change in Carrie is really about to get on her bullshit that she's been on the last several seasons when she gets hands on, and goes out and does all the stuff that she does. So, I think this week the show really kind of hit its stride and set us up for, the last 4 or 5 episodes, which will be, the final 4 or 5 episodes of the show. So like I said, Saul Berenson continues to be one of my favorite characters to watch operate. The confrontation in Carrie's room after Saul has went and watched the video and listened to the audio, which has been cleaned up now between Carrie and Yevgeny, and he understands the full, the nature of their relationship more, and kind of now can look at Carrie in a different light, and but that was just a great scene, man. Like I said, he's just a very wise character, and a sharpshooter, a straight shooter, everything in the best interest of the country. You know, I like Saul, man. He's a dope character, and even understanding now. Oh, and then the last thing on the show is that Hakani comes and turns himself in because he's kind of he's out of answers and out of resources with 300 Taliban members being rounded up by Golom. Uh, he goes and turns himself in, hoping that the Americans can help him out with and his men. So he goes and surrenders to to the American embassy over there. So that's it, man. We'll see what happens in the next episode next Sunday, and then, like I said, what does this set up for the next several the final episodes of the series. So again, my name is Wood. This is Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment. Remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.